It's the Rob from 106.1 Kiss FM here with my tag team broadcast partner in broadcasting and in podcasting, and this is my buddy. This is Eric.
Here it is. Yeah, my corner man. What's going on? Eric Cornish from WKDQ.
Always here for the hot tag.
That's right. We talk wrestling. That's what we do. If that's what you do, then you came to the right place. This is the Enhancement talent.
We were just having a conversation off the camera, and we decided we should probably have the conversation on the camera.
This is kind of where this show came from, to be honest with you. We just kind of have these conversations, so sometimes it doesn't require a lot of prep. It's just like, let's talk what we're going to talk about to you guys as well.
Right.
So we were talking about NXT, big show last night on the network, Rival, and to be honest with you, I've only watched a little bit of it, and I know you've watched none of it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet, but I'll be watching it this weekend probably. And I also don't follow NXT all that closely, but I watch their big shows because they always deliver.
Yeah, and I will say that last night, and it was very late, I watched the first two matches, and I did, it's hard to avoid on social media spoiling, what happened. But so I will say this, to start off, I mean, just a couple killer matches. The tag team championship match was pretty good. And also actually I might have seen 3 matches, maybe 2.5 matches.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, because Baron Corbin and Bull Dempsey, these are their 2 big muscle guys that just have been dominating everybody, and Baron Corbin got a pretty nice win over Bull Dempsey, showing that he is going to be the guy that kind of moves into that position to be the biggest, strongest guy. Also, I will say that the great match to start off with Tyler Breeze, who has kind of been their guy, like he's the WWE style guy that is kind of taking over, because they really have a couple of each. You know what, they have like their indie guys, and then they have your WWE guys that you obviously see are headed for greatness in the WWE manner. And Tyler Breeze is one of those guys, but he's a great worker, and he took on Hideo Itami, formerly known as Kenta. Great match. Kenta ended up getting the win on that one. But the thing is about NXT, you look at the crowd, kind of what we were talking about earlier. It's got its own little niche, and it's kind of interesting how it's booked still in the WWE system.
NXT has benefited so incredibly well from the WWE network. This has been really a match made in heaven, because the people who want to watch it can watch it as much as they want to. They can watch it every week. They can watch the big shows like I do, or they can pass on it if they don't want to see the up-and-coming stars. This has been just the perfect unity of a way to create stars, a way to get people buzzing. Even their last show, it seemed to really motivate the guys on the main roster. So much good has come from NXT being on the WWE network.
And here's something that we were just talking about earlier. I mean, the way it's set up now, almost as like, a Ring of Honor type show for the big machine. Mm-hmm. It's like, I almost feel like some of the people, it would behoove them to stay in NXT, because there's such huge stars, and who knows what would happen to them.
Well, that's the thing. The writing on the WWE side of things can break people. And, for some people it can make them, for some people it can break them. But I would think that anybody who's in NXT, their main goal should always be to make it to the main roster. Even though it may not be the best career move, in retrospect, you that's the reason you got to be there. You can't have NXT be your ultimate goal, I don't think.
Right. But, and then you get guys who were NXT champion, like Seth Rollins. I mean, the first NXT champion. He has done well for himself, and with only a couple years under his belt, he may end up with the WWE championship. Well, but then you think of other guys like Bo Dallas, who was an NXT champion. And
you know what? NXT doesn't stop there. I mean, back when it was a much different kind of program, people like Daniel Bryan went through it. Wade Barrett went through it. Ryback went through it. Bray Wyatt went through it. Curtis Axel went through it. A lot of success stories have come from that idea of NXT.
Sure. And I just think it's such a, there is something to be said about the little arena, the fan base that's always there, the same fan base that's always there. I would like to see them take it on the road to see how it does. I would like to see NXT make it to, a TV network and outside the WWE network. Just, we talked about it before. I think that third hour of Raw would be a great place for NXT.
That would not be a bad idea, although I don't think it needs to go on the road. I don't think that it even needs to be on TV. I think that the people who would watch it on television are already watching it on the network, if you want my honest opinion. opinion,
Okay.
because it's for the most hardcore of wrestling fans.
Right.
And I feel like those are the people who have the network. But either way, it's churning out great matches. It's teaching these kids how to do it properly, in the WWE system. It seems to be Triple H's baby and being taken care of very, very well.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, there's so many things about the show that surprise me, being that it is in the WWE system, and maybe Vince is so hands-off on this thing that, it is getting run, the way people want it to be run. I heard the announcers last night, which, by the way, the announcers, and I can't remember the play-by-play guy's name, but he was joined by Jason Albert, and he was joined by Corey Graves, and they were calling moves in the ring. They were explaining things about the action that was going on. You don't hear that on Raw anymore. There were other things that were happening that just, the finish of the main event, which, like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing last night, but I do know the outcome. And there is a new NXT champion, and it is Kevin Owens. And the way that the match ended is just a finish that you don't see very often. And it was Kevin Owens dominating Sami Zayn until the referee stopped the match and awarded the title to Kevin Owens.
Wow.
That's an unusual finish.
Yeah.
And it works. And it's, it extends a feud that, that otherwise you would have to extend with a silly disqualification or interference, and that seems to be what WWE does. So there's so many things being done right, in my opinion.
It's
on NXT.
For what it's trying to do, it's doing an A+ job of it. That little building in Full Sail University does not feel small to me when I'm watching it on TV. The yellow and black motif is as right on as the red and black motif is for Raw. The building does not feel cheap to me. No. It's got a whole lot of lighting and everything is working. So I want to say, even though I'm a passive watcher of NXT, it's doing an A+ job of what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and I think guys like, the fact that you're getting indie guys to shine, I think is amazing. That there are still indie guys out there that may end up making it to the main roster. I think Kevin Owens is a great one. Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami. All of these guys, have promise. And plus, then you've got your guys too that they build from scratch, and some of them will hit and some of them won't. But I got to tell you, I'm impressed with NXT. I think it needs a bigger role in the company, or, it could be, to me, NXT might be the second best promotion right now, to be honest with you.
Oh, I mean, if you're comparing it to TNA, then absolutely, yeah. But to me, I feel like the way it doesn't need to get bigger or smaller. It's hitting all the right spots right now, in my opinion. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And do you have anything more you want to add?
No, man, I think that's it, and I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Like I said, it was a late night last night, but I did get to see a little bit, and I'm ready to watch the whole thing and enjoy it, because everybody that's commented on it so far has loved it.
That's right. Thank you for watching our latest episode of the Enhancement Talent. Of course, subscribe to our page to get all of our videos before anybody else does. And we'll be back on Monday with a brand new edition of